As Donald Trump's approval plummets, state regime media known as Fox is doing everything it can to try to convince we the people that we should just trust billionaires with all of our data, with all of our information. And they keep hitting this message that if you're going to trust anyone, don't you trust the billionaires? For real, this is what they're saying. Here, play this clip.
Elon Musk had access to all that stuff when he was running PayPal.
Right. And also,
and if you're going to trust anybody with rooting out waste, fraud, and abuse, wouldn't you want it to be a guy who really doesn't need your money?
Right, right. And also, does anyone actually think that Elon Musk is sitting in the West Wing right now going through people's, tax returns? Give me a break. It's people who are appointed by the president within the agencies to conduct audits, to do their jobs. And people entrust their personal and private information to all kinds of people all the time. The IRS, for instance, had contracted thousands of folks to review sensitive information. Yet there's a problem. And why is there a problem? Because they are Donald Trump appointees.
They kind of continue this message at all times during the day. So on their morning show, they have this fantasy. Imagine when Elon returns all the money to everyone. Imagine when the billionaires give you all of the money. Things are going to be so special on the other side of this. Just you wait. Here, play this clip.
When you are finding all of this money, when you are taking it back, when you are cutting off future streams of funding, give that back to the American people. Then you will see the economy absolutely explode. And people will once again be able to take out new loans and start new businesses and all the wonderful things that follow when they have more of their own money.
It's so pathetic that people can fall for this stuff. I mean, you realize that they're not talking about no tax on tips, no tax on Social Security, no tax on overtime. Egg prices were supposed to go down, not planes going down. You realize that they're pickpocketing you and they're doing the bait and switch to give a $4.5 trillion tax cut to the billionaires while they're cutting $880 billion from your Medicaid, $250 billion from farmers, $350 billion from education. I can go on, but I think you get the point here. Then you got to call in Alina Habba. I think she kind of botches the line here, but she's supposed to kind of repeat that same line that I can't believe people are getting in the way of the billionaires who are trying to just help you, who are working for free. Well, let the billionaires work for free. Here, play this clip.
We are doing exactly what America mandated on November 5th, cleaning up waste, fraud, and protecting you, the American people, and our money, because we pay a lot of taxes and we need that money to be spent wisely. So the fact that we're being stopped by people who are Elon Musk, Donald Trump, billionaires who know how to run businesses is insane to me. I would love for them to come in and help me make billions of dollars or save billions of dollars. And that is what they are doing for next to nothing for the American people.
Okay, the billionaires aren't working for free. They are working to shut down the entities that regulate them so that they can make many more billions of dollars by ripping off we the people. And they have a cruel desire to make we the people suffer while they just get richer and richer while screwing over the people. That's what's really going on here. I mean, look, Donald Trump says, he goes on Hannity last night. He's like, inflation is back, baby. Inflation is back, but it's not my fault. But inflation is back. Here, play this clip.
Yeah. And inflation is back. I'm only here for 2.5 weeks.
That was January.
Inflation is back. No, think of it. Inflation's back. And they said, oh, Trump inflation. I had nothing to do with it. These people have run the country. They spent money like nobody's ever spent. They were
cognitively addled. Are you watching this? So then Jesse Waters goes, you know how I know Doge is doing it right? Because the math never lies. Math, it doesn't lie, people. Here, play this clip.
What never lies? Besides George Washington? Math. Math never lies. Math always tells the truth. Doge is math.
And I know that, it's like 55 to 60% of Americans have below a 5th grade education. I know it's an astounding fact, but then again, 49% of the population voted for Donald Trump. But all this USAID stuff that they're dropping, it's like QAnon drops. You know what I mean? They're talking about, condoms to Gaza. False. They're saying literally millions of deceased people are getting Social Security. False. They're saying, look, we found another $8 billion in fraud here. And if you actually look at what the number is, setting aside whether it's fraud or not, it's like 8 million. They can't read the comma right here. They don't know the way the coding systems work. So that's why they're getting a lot of this data wrong. Anyway, they then bring on Sean Duffy, who leads the Department of Transportation. This is the guy who got famous on The Real World and The Real World Road Rules Challenge reality TV shows. And Sean Duffy goes on Fox and he's like, look, I know you're seeing a lot of air crashes lately, but air crashes, they happen. Here, play this clip.
But again, air crashes happen, but they were more under Biden than Donald Trump. But the point here is we want to get to a place where we have zero crashes. We don't want people to die in aircraft, which is why what I've done is focus on how do you upgrade the system. But Will, you look at what's happened, the airspace around DCA, that was allowed to stay open under the last administration. The inspections that were done of the aircraft that have crashed, that was done under the last administration. So it is rich that they would come at this administration for the mistakes that they've made and blame us for the crashes. We're going to fix what they refused to fix over the course of their 4 years. And that's the mission of this department.
And they're such liars, too. He goes, there were more air crashes when Biden was in office than Donald Trump. Well, first off, let's be clear. Donald Trump's been in office for a month. Okay? Biden was in office for 4 years. And you're wrong. There were 4 lethal plane crashes in the past month. One devastating commercial jet plane that was coming into Washington, D.C., that a helicopter crashed into right above DCA airport. That didn't happen since 2009. They lie about everything. And the same way they were trying to be like with COVID, oh, you have nothing to worry about. It's just death. What are we talking about? You see what they're trying to do here? You see what they're doing? As they're firing all of these FAA officials, they want to normalize plane crashes. And they're trying to brainwash their viewers to be like, oh, I guess that's just normal. Planes just crash. No, it isn't normal. That wasn't happening when former President Biden was in office. You idiots. That was not happening. It just wasn't. Sorry for ad hominem attacks. It's just like, ugh. Even I sometimes am just like, ugh. Then they call on Senator Roger Marshall, MAGA Republican, and he's like, look, what we really need to do here when it comes to MAHA, Make America Healthy Again, we need to do re-education. We need to do re-education camps for the American people. They're talking about, the MAGA Republicans are talking about re-education camps. Here, play this clip.
And the FDA administrator, at least we assume it would be, is Dr. McCary, coming up with new nutrition guidelines and helping America eat healthy once again.
Can you force nutritional change, or can you just recommend it strongly?
I think there's, like anything as a physician, it's education of my patients. So we need to re-educate America, but we can also stop federal government funding of processed food. 70% of America's calories come from ultra-processed food. There's no reason that those need to be in our school lunches, in our senior citizen meals as well. But we can redevelop those habits, and we'll get it done eventually. But we need to cut back on the ultra-processed foods, and cut back on the sodas, the sugar sodas that SNAP is funding. So there's opportunity in the federal government as well.
Then they have Caroline Leavitt on Fox, and then they say, hey, Caroline, so what's Elon's role? Because you're filing a lot of documents in court now saying that Elon Musk doesn't run Doge. So what's his role there, Caroline Leavitt, press secretary? Here, play this clip.
Andrew here, by the way, and thanks for coming back on with us. It seems there's being a lot made of what Elon Musk's role is actually at Doge. The president has introduced him as the head of Doge multiple times in interviews. Yet there's this affidavit that we've been able to get our hands on here that the press has as well, that it contradicts the White House claim that he's the head of Doge. This affidavit actually says he doesn't work for Doge at all. Reading directly from it, it says Musk is not an employee of the U.S. Doge Service or the U.S. Doge Service Temporary Organization. That's according to the director of the White House's Office of Administration. So what is his role at Doge?
Sure, I'm happy to clarify. Elon Musk is a special government employee here at the White House, serving at the direction of the President of the United States, Donald Trump. Elon Musk has been tasked with overseeing Doge on behalf of the President. And Doge employees, Doge folks have been onboarding at respective agencies across our federal bureaucracy as political appointees, just like any other political appointee gets on board with the new administration with the changing of hands. And those individuals are helping the secretaries at all of our agencies that have been nominated and confirmed by President Trump in the United States Senate to cut waste, fraud, and abuse at these respective agencies. So that's the way Doge has been set up, and that's the way it will continue to operate.
I just want you to know why they're saying. You might be like, that's a weird thing. Why are they saying that he's not the administrator of Doge? Because they are frauds, okay? But what they're trying to do is say he works as a special advisor to Donald Trump in the executive branch because they want to declare the Presidential Records Act, executive privilege, and presidential immunity. They want to claim all of those privileges to block transparency. That's why they're doing it. And so when Elon Musk, who has not testified before Congress, he's not responding to Freedom of Information Act requests, FOIA, they're doing this and hiding him and saying he's a special advisor and is not running Doge so that he doesn't have to be transparent and he can just post his things on Twitter or X and be like, look, I did another dropping for you. I did another dropping for you. Anyway, here was Caroline Levitt on Fox the night before, spreading the lie that tens of millions of deceased people were on Social Security. This is false. But notice what she says also. She goes, we haven't looked at the books yet. We haven't looked at the books, but we know that there are, here, play this clip.
He is now delivering on it. And I've been fighting fake news reporters all day long here in the Washington, D.C. swamp who are trying to fearmonger the American people into believing that this administration is going after their hard-earned tax dollars and their hard-earned Social Security checks. So I want to set the record straight on your show tonight, Sean, and I'm very grateful for the opportunity to do so. President Trump has directed Elon Musk and the Doge team to identify fraud at the Social Security Administration. They haven't dug into the books yet, but they suspect that there are tens of millions of deceased people who are receiving fraudulent Social Security payments.
All right. You should probably stop talking when you say we haven't looked at the books yet. Because before you form an opinion, you might want to look at the books. I mean, maybe you do that. And then there wasn't tens of millions of deceased people on Social Security. You just don't know how to read the coding, which would have been a very basic thing. So, by the way, Donald Trump was asked what Elon's role, and he's like, Elon's role is he's a patriot. Here, play this clip.
In a court filing, the White House said that Elon Musk is not a Doge employee and has no authority to make decisions. Can you clarify for us today?
Well, Elon Musk,
that role is there?
Yeah. Elon is, to me, a patriot. So, you could call him an employee, you could call him a consultant, you could call him whatever you want. But he's a patriot. I mean, look at the kind of things I just said. Just write it down, just in case that question got asked, right? And which I'm surprised it took so long, actually. But you know what? Ukraine's a bigger deal because people are dying by the thousands a week, thousands.
And I'll just show you this as well, because they're trying to normalize things on Fox that should not be normalized. So they're trying to normalize plane crashes, normalize the spread of diseases. They want to normalize dictatorship, normalize billionaires going into your private information. It's just a billionaire. You don't trust billionaires going into your private data? You don't trust them? Come on, what's going on? I mean, that's what they're doing over here. So here they try to normalize Elon Musk implanting chips in your head. Play this clip.
Then the next step would be to add a second Neuralink implant past the point where the neurons are damaged so that somebody can walk again. And so they can have full body functionality restored. And
you like Bobby, right?
I like Bobby, actually, yeah. I think I supported Bobby Kennedy. I think he's unfairly maligned as someone who is anti-science. But I think he isn't. He just wants to question the science, which is the essence of the science, the scientific method fundamentally is about always questioning the science.
Oh, they didn't. You get the hustle though by Fox, right? You get what they're doing. You see it for yourself, right? My God. My God. This shouldn't be a political thing. That's the thing. Like, who watches this and is like, yeah, America, yeah, I want billionaires. Here, where's my wallet? Take my wallet, billionaire. You got it. Stupid stuff. Just be freaking normal. Why can't we I want to boil down this network and the reporting that I do is like, can we just be normal, please? Like, and not this like weird crap. I just don't want you to feel alone. I think one of the things that I like about this network, and I like doing these videos like this, is like to know when I read your comments, I'm like, okay, we're not alone. Like, these people are crazy. Anyway, hit subscribe. Let's get to 5 million subscribers. Thanks for watching.